You're with India Post Live, India's first online news conversation web TV, where you too can participate. Yes, I'm Ishan Russell, and how you can participate is very simple. Use social media, or just go to our website, indiapostlive.com, log in and post your comments over there. Or you can use social media like Twitter or Facebook. Facebook, we have our Facebook page, just go there and post your comments. Or you can use Twitter, hashtag India Post Live to your tweets, or use our Twitter handle at India Post Live. And we'd love to have you in this conversation because we're talking about the government formation. So a lot of expectations from the Narendra Modi government, and what will be the form of that government? Well, let's try to find out through this story.
The oath-taking ceremony has been fixed for 26th May, but the slate is wide open as far as cabinet berths go. Hectic parleys, a flurry of meetings and speculations galore ahead of the cabinet and government formation at the centre. There are rumours that L.K. Advani may be made chairman of NDA, while Murli Manohar Joshi may be offered the post of Lok Sabha Speaker, though he might be keen on a more active political role. Some BJP leaders have also been to the RSS office in the capital. The outfit has maintained that it would have nothing to do with the government formation, but has indicated that it can give some suggestions. It will definitely not be an easy task for Modi to choose his team.
Alright, so what would be the form of the Narendra Modi team? Let's try to find that out with P.P. Balachandran. He's an eminent journalist, a veteran, and has written a fabulous book called A View from the Raisina Hill, which is really what we're talking about, your perspective, your view of how Raisina Hill and the surrounding areas of Parliament and the North Block, South Block would be populated by Narendra Modi's men. So who are Narendra Modi's men, Balasaheb?
Well, I mean, as you can see, that he in the last 30 years of history has got the largest mandate, and I mean, to use your expression, they're going to populate the entire Raisina Hill and Parliament certainly. So he has got an abundance, a luxurious kind of wealth that is inherited, and by sheer dint of his hard work and the party's hard work, everything, whatever the adversaries may say. So, I mean, it's a quite a stupendous kind of
But I don't
job.
think he wants to be that magnanimous in giving out cabinet berths, does he?
No, I think, see, talking about cabinet formation, I mean, that's something only Narendra Modi and maybe to some extent Rajnath Singh can actually predict or say for certain. But there are a couple of things you can more or less be sure about or certain about. One is that Modi, unlike any other coalition prime minister, is in a much better position to pick his team. In spite of the fact that he has the largest number of coalition partners, 29 or compared to 22 of UPA. So that's a great advantage. And one other thing vis-a-vis Congress is he doesn't have any annoying allies as for partners to wreck the ship. No Jayalalitha, no Mamata Banerjee, no Mayawati, nothing. And so it's quite I mean, he can almost cherry pick his team without much labor going into it. And he's already said, warned his members not to dream about ministerial berths, go back to the field and work for the party, and then prove your track record, come back, and then maybe, offer you a job. But so that's a great kind of cautionary kind of thing that he has already adopted as part of his ministerial formation.
All right, I want to get in Sunita Aaron. Sunita, hi, Ishan this side. Can you hear me?
Oh.
Hi, Sunita, can you hear me?
Hi, but you have to be a little louder.
All right, we'll try to be that. Sunita Aaron, of course, is the editor of the Hindustan Times in Lucknow, the heartland of the cow belt. UP really gave Narendra Modi the kind of mandate. But Sunita, do we see adequate representation from UP? Would UP be rewarded with a lot of ministerial berths in the new Modi government?
I somehow feel that Modi is going to be a little different. And perhaps the considerations that were there earlier, that the caste, the community and the regional representation may not apply so much. Having said so, certainly there will be ministers, a number of them, and he himself is representing Varanasi now, so he himself is from UP, the Prime Minister himself is. But definitely we do see Kalraj Mishra in the cabinet, we do see maybe Uma Bharti in the cabinet, Varun Gandhi in the cabinet, and there'll be a number of them from there.
And because you've been on the ground dealing with these political leaders for this entire span of this election, any favored berths by the names you mentioned, and do we see them?
Yes, they are the ones who are in the favored list. That's why I mentioned it.
No, any favored berths do they want? Do they want any particular ministry
No. I don't think so. They're senior enough to bargain that. Anything that will be given to them will be accepted.
Not even Kalraj Mishra?
None of them.
Not even Kalraj Mishra, Bala sir is asking?
No, I don't think so. He wouldn't have won from Devariya without Modi. So he'll be very happy. He has been in political hibernation all these years. So he'll be very happy. You see, that battle is going on in Delhi where Sushma Swaraj and all these people are concerned. But Varun, Kalraj, Kalyan Singh is trying for his son. They'll be very happy to be a member of the team. Then I don't think so. They can bargain.
All right, correct.
I can't hear you very properly, so
All right, we'll just try to fix that audio problem with you, Sunita. We'll just try to fix that audio problem. But Bala said, echoing similar sentiments as you, as far as government formation, like Modi can really cherry pick his team. But there are a few spoilers in this that the RSS would want. The ones who are closer to the sun than even Modi or even Rajnath Singh to be like, for example, Nitin Gadkari to be given a very prominent position in the cabinet.
No, certainly, whether RSS intervenes or not, Nitin Gadkari is going to be there in any case because he was a past president and all that. And you know, especially when there's a talk of the seniors or elders being sidelined or marginalized, I'm sure Narendra Modi wouldn't want another kind of allegation against him that, you know, a past president like Rajnath Singh or if you can take Rajnath Singh by virtue of being the president, why not take a former president? You know, so I think there would be quite a lot of people. I think, as I look at it, the first phase of the cabinet, the first phase of the government formation, Narendra Modi is going to go for all political formulation. You know, it's going to be an all politician team. And he would start looking outside the political arena in the second phase, which might happen a month or 45 days later. So that's when I believe he's going to get people like, you know, there's a talk that Mr. Sridharan of the metro man, he's going to be in the government, and he's also going to go for a certain technocrats, a few of them to handle the technology department and the electronics ministry, the telecom ministry and stuff like that. So basically, as I said, to come back to my original theme, that he has a lot of elbow room to because of this huge mandate he got, he can just relax and pick up his own team without fear of being sort of, you know, causing any acrimony from the allies or from his own party.
All right. I want to go across to Aditya Prasad Pandey. He joins us live from Varanasi. He was somebody who actively campaigned alongside Narendra Modi in Varanasi and has been a long-time supporter of the BJP. Any particular candidates you have in mind for the union cabinet now? Who would you like to see in that, Mr. Pandey? All right. We seem to have lost that connection with... Yes, go ahead, Mr. Pandey. We can hear you.
Yes. Sorry, can you repeat?
look.
All right. I'm sorry. We seem to have lost...
Can I come in?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Look, Rajnath Singh himself is going to be the second person from UP. So in the first phase, as the other participant was mentioning, I think he'll go in for a very limited size, and it is later on when the expansion. The other name that I can think of is, though not from BJP, is from Apna Dal, Anupriya Patel. Now, she being a Patel and a woman from East UP and played a very important role. So I have a feeling that she might get some representation there. But if you look at, if you must have heard his speech, he again and again kept on emphasizing on the organization part.
Yeah.
So he is going to use a lot of senior people, draft them in the party, prepare them for 2017 election, which Amit Shah has already announced as a major challenge before that. So I think UP, the way Narendra Modi is doing by emphasizing on organization, he's trying to send a message to all the claimants, go and work for the organization which is supreme, which is more superior than the government.
All right, well, fair enough. I want to play out also a video response that we've gotten from Vishaka. Let's play that out also.
I think what needs to be discussed is not just whether someone like L.K. Advani be given the Lok Sabha Speaker post or what post would be given to Amit Shah, but also the fact that the mere speculation that someone like E. Sridharan, the Metro Man, be given a post like the Railway Minister will drastically change the railways in the country, which has been stagnant for the last decade or so. So I think people like him, if Modi selects people as effective like Sridharan in his cabinet, then we can see a positive as well as a drastic change in various sectors in the country.
But I think there's a problem with Sridharan coming into the cabinet as a cabinet minister. Railway ministry is a senior position, one of the, maybe not one of the four most important positions, but it's certainly almost as
it has its own budget and a huge
yes, it's a parallel government in its own right. So somebody like Sridharan, who's a novice in terms of politics and getting a cabinet berth, and Sridharan on the other hand said unless it's a cabinet post, I'm not interested. And I mean, General V.K. Singh may be MOA's defense, but Sridharan, being Sridharan, he may not take it because, and understandably, his record is far too great to be taking orders from a cabinet minister. So there is a problem to get back to this. One other thing I would like to make, Modi's emphasis on the organizational expansion and strengthening of the grassroots basis of the party in states. There's one state I would like to mention, this Kerala. I mean, they've been trying all these years to get some toehold. Forget about foothold, even a toehold, they haven't been able to manage. Only this time they've been able to put up a good fight in Trivandrum, Rajagopalan versus Shashi Tharoor. Now, that brings me to Rajagopalan, a former MOS railway and a real good politician with a clean image, which is a rare bird, of course. And if Modi can take somebody like Arun Jaitley into cabinet, despite being a loser, in the sense, somebody who lost the elections. And I think, in all fairness, Rajagopalan could be tried.
Yeah,
because
I mean,
that'll also
the opportunity to make inroads into
exactly.
areas. Yeah.
That'll give a lot of incentive to workers, BJP workers in Kerala, to feel buoyed and really give everything they have to build up the base. So I hope that reaches the right quarters.
All right, so Sunita, I want to come to you from a national perspective. Do you see Modi doing this very often, of getting in technocrats, of getting in experts, of going to people, going to states and picking leaders from there, where he would want the BJP to make inroads? Do we see this as the Modi model now?
Okay, now before I answer that, if you're talking about even unsuccessful candidates like Arun Jaitley, then Smriti Irani could be one of them for political reasons.
Yeah.
One, she's very bright. Second, she fought very well. And then Amethi, I think Modi is very clear that he has to take away Amethi from the Gandhi family. That seems to be a very clear agenda. Now, having said so, as referring to, I think some bureaucrats may be on his, we call it a hit list here, that he would like to take them from UP. And there are some bright, but as for technocrats and all, I think that they know better there. What I've heard about him is that he always has a team of technocrats and professionals who assist him instead of political people. So definitely there'll be, and Sridharan is the one who's assisting Akhilesh Yadav in his metro project. If he goes away, I don't know what will happen to our Lucknow metro project then.
Well, on a lighter note, I mean, talking about Smriti Irani, of course, she's very capable, very competent person, an excellent speaker, although she's very young in politics, very competent, of course. But then, if she is taken into cabinet, Narendra Modi runs the risk of being accused of nepotism, because he's already gone on record that she is his sister.
Yeah.
Right. So that might be the only factor which would prevent Smriti Irani of the fact that she gave Rahul Gandhi a good run for his money.
For once, she would wish that she's not Modi's sister.
But I don't know if he's going to take people like Varun Gandhi and Uma Bharti types, then how will the government perform? Yeah, I
Well,
think the
Menaka,
track
what do you think of Menaka? Menaka's name has not been bandied about, as much as I would think that
Yeah.
it would be.
But how much of these, yes, as Sunita pointed out, how much of these loose cannons, like the Uma Bharti, who could be very explosive if she's unhappy? I mean,
No, that's why I want to bring you to the original point I made. Now he has this huge leverage with his strength and all that. He can sort of steamroller any opposition kind of thing. I don't think he's bothered about one Uma Bharati squeaking here.
is he worried about Sushma Swaraj?
Sushma Swaraj she's much senior than anybody else, and she deserves. I mean, if she demands a prime position, of course, there's nothing wrong with that. She deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, in Parliament, yes, she was
Yes,
really a
and
stalwart
look at the track
in
record.
2009 Lok Sabha. Yes.
Look at the track record. Absolute.
All right, but
Fabulous.
Sunita, how do you see Modi handling Sushma Swaraj, and do you think that she would be made, as many are pointing out, could be made the HRD minister?
I think so. As he said that she's a very deserving candidate. Then she's a woman. I think he would like to give due representation to women because he has to blunt Rahul's slogan of women empowerment. So you have a women chief minister replacing him in Gujarat. But Sushma Swaraj is a very, very acceptable, popular face, even though people know that they never got along very well. But there are few names who are going to be there and who are going to hold an important position, and you know them. Arun Jaitley and Rajnath and Sushma Swaraj. Now, as for Uma Bharti types, there will be so many commissions. Ganga Commission. She launched a campaign, Clean Ganga campaign.
Don't
and
forget,
travelled
she
all
was the
way
chief
from-
minister of a state. Now you're going to give her a job like a river commission.
But she was thrown out of a state. She had to come to a new state. Poor thing, she couldn't remain in her own state after she became chief minister. So I think after spending
And she
so
left
many
the party.
Yeah, she left the party.
More
in a
importantly,
half.
she left the party.
And in a major half also.
She was a renegade. And also talking about Sushma Swaraj and getting HRD. HRD is not one of those cabinet committee on security
Why?
posts. That's important. She said that's why she insisted on getting the first four, one of the first four portfolios, because the first four portfolios
External
are part of the
Affairs Minister,
cabinet
could he give
committee.
her the External
Yes,
Affairs Minister
External Affairs, Defence, Home, and Finance. So.
And I think she should get it. Why not? A woman should be the finance minister.
All right, the 2014 Lok Sabha has the highest number
That will
of
make it
women
a kitchen
candidates.
cabinet.
that I don't think would go down very well with the feminist movement, Bala sir.
See, the problem is every time you talk about a women minister, you talk about HRD, health, women welfare and all that. Why not for the key positions like defense, external affairs or finance? Why not? Because she's a very experienced person. She has been leader of opposition and amongst, I think, the top leadership of BJP, she's there. And she was there till Narendra Modi moved out of Gujarat and upstaged her.
All right, so we'll really have to wait and watch as the cliche goes as to how Narendra Modi picks his cabinet, but he has the opportunity and the mandate to pick an excellent cabinet and really deliver on the tall promises or the promises that he's made, and the expectations are really high. On that note, we'll have to wrap up. Thank you very much, Sunita, for coming in all the way from Lucknow.
I really hope that he doesn't take all other just the performance and the merit. I really hope we have a prime minister who doesn't have any other considerations, because it's not a coalition government. And for once, we should have.
Well, it is a
ministers
coalition
on
government.
merit.
Yeah,
It
but
is a coalition government.
Yeah,
The largest number of coalition partners.
They might not have won that many seats, but they certainly benefited the BJP.
Most of them are ineffective. Most of them are effete.
But we might see a lot of river commissioners from there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sunita. And Bala sir, final word to you before we wrap this up. Expectations from the Narendra Modi cabinet, a lot of expectations. Who do we see as his core team?
The core team, of course, the top 4, 5, 6 people.
And how does Amit Shah get accommodated in this?
Amit Shah is more a backroom person, a strategist, and he's not somebody who would like to travel by an official car with a national flag on it and all that. He's the kind of person who would sit in the back room and strategize and ideate and,
Prepare for 2019.
Absolutely, as we have seen in UP. So, I mean, Modi is crucial point person. And I don't think Modi would want him to waste on a ministerial job.
All right, so that's it. We'll wrap up the show. Balachandran, thank you very much for coming in, sir.
Thank you.
And on that note, what do you think about Modi's cabinet? Who do you think should be in it? Write into us, tweet to us, post on Facebook. We'll, of course, get the responses in. Thanks so much for joining us.